Hey guys, this is Reverend Prophetess Lady Wisdom, also known as the Prophet of Christ, again with Christian Gifted Psychics, Holy Witches Chapel. What I wanted to do, I realized that my first video that I just recorded about my plants and my succulents was a little bit vague, and I just wanted to be a little more specific about how exactly I take care of my plants and the types of succulents to get when you want to keep them indoors. Okay, first and foremost, I water these plants once every 3 weeks because these are succulents, cacti, aloes, which are like desert plants. You do not want to overwater these plants. And the way that I know if these plants need to be watered, one, I make sure the top of the soil is completely dry before I water these plants. This is also what you can purchase. I don't know if you can see this really good, but this is a meter. These are like little prongs or whatever you call these. I'm not going to do it right now just because the plants has just been watered and I don't want dirt going all over the place. So you stick these inside of the plant. You do it on more than one side. And what you'll do is get a reading. It'll go back to the zero. That's when you know when it's completely dry. This also gives you numbers for different readings, like if you want to know if the dirt is acidic, or also you want to know how much sun that you have. It'll give you a reading. When you want to make sure that this is, again, only water your plants when they are completely dry. Do not water if it's moist. Do not water if your succulents are damp, because that will be equivalent to overwatering and they will get rot root and they will die. Another way that you would know if the succulents need to be watered, you could simply just pick up your pot. Now, again, for example, these pots feel kind of heavy because they just were watered. So if you feel that these pots feel completely heavy, do not water the plants. Now come back in a couple days and lift it again if you feel that the pots is light. Then what you can also do, if you don't have one of these meters, which I just showed you, which you can get on Amazon, I believe it's around maybe like $7 or something like that. Um, you can try either using a pencil, a regular pencil that you write with, or chopsticks. What you do is take the chopsticks, you simply stick it inside of the dirt. You could do it on multiple sides. And if you see any spots on the chopsticks, do not water the plant. That means that the plant still has water in it. You do not want to overwater the plants. Do not water it. Only water when you take your chopstick out and you just simply see dirt on it. Or better yet, just simply use your fingertip and you see that it's completely dry at the top. That's when your plant is ready to be watered. Let's talk about some lighting. Say if you want to have your plant indoors or in your office, in your bathroom, or like in a kind of like a low lighting or a window that has like a lot of sunlight. You want to try to go for plants that are like green and gray, simply like these. Like these, see? These green ones, meaning that they'll do a lot, they'll do well inside of like a low light setting, such as like your office or your bathroom or something like that. But of course, you do want to make sure they have some light. Now, if you have a problem with making sure they have light, you can purchase something called grow lights, which you can get on Amazon or Walmart or places like that. Now, these type of plants right here, like these purples, they do not do well in low light settings. So if you're going to have, if you want a plant that's good in low light, do not go for any colored succulents. Do not go for any purple succulents or anything like these, because these will turn green when you have them in a low light setting, meaning they will not be getting they will be getting an inadequate amount of sunlight and they will lose their color. So you don't want to do that. Like here goes some aloes. Aloes you can also get when you want to keep these plants in the office because they do well in low light settings. So again, also, like I said, you can purchase grow lights, but do not leave any grow lights on at home if you're going to be at work for 8 hours, or if you're going to, or those lights, or you're not going to be attending to the lights because it could start a fire. So you do want to be careful. Also, cacti do well with a low light setting. These are also great low light setting plants. So what we just discussed, again, watering your plants. You do not want to overwater the cacti. For me personally, I water my succulents rather. All these plants, I water these once every 3 weeks because, like I said, these are desert plants. You do not want to overwater these plants, and I only water these plants when they're completely dry. Here is what I use to water my plants. I use this. I fill this bottle up with water, and it fills with a lot of water. And I just water the pot, And also, you want to make sure that you have a pot with drainage holes. And I'm going to just pick this plant up. I know I probably can't show you the drainage hole, but you just want to make sure that the plant has drainage holes. I think that's a lot better than having plants without drainage holes, because you want to, when you water the plant, you want to water the plant till the water comes out of the drainage hole, and you want to use something to catch the water, and you just simply want to pour the water out. Do not ever let your plant sit inside water, because that's equivalent to rot root, and the plant will rot and the plant will die. And also, you want to be considerate if you're going to have an outdoor garden. Be considerate of the type of weather that you're living in. If you're living in freezing cold weather, do not leave the plants outside, because they'll get cold and they can die. Also, also be mindful of the rain. If it's going to rain outside and if you watered the plants, that means you're going to have to bring the plants inside, because they're going to get wet again in the rain, and they're going to be overwatered and they're going to die. So, okay, so I hope that this video was a lot more specific than my previous video. So again, I would like to thank you guys very much for watching, and make it a blessed evening.